this is perfect for us. He's going to be able to feel independence is where we're looking to get kids to. We I really do appreciate the technology that has been used. The gentlemen that have been putting this together, they have done a wonderful job. Actually, it's vibrating right now in my own hands as we talk. And this will be a game changer for most of the kids, not just Vlad, but for every kid that we have in this school that will have a disability. So thank you very much.
For the Reach Challenge, our team's user expert was Isaac, a 4th grader with spina bifida. Isaac told us he had trouble reaching the kitchen sink, both the handle and the faucet. Other products his parents tried didn't help. So we took a lot of measurements, and then we designed Isaac a kitchen reacher kit. It has 3 parts, all designed in Autodesk Fusion 360 and 3D printed. The first is an extender custom made to fit Isaac's kitchen sink handle. The second is a hook to help him pull the faucet toward him so he can reach the water. The third part is another hook so he can hang his kitchen reacher on the handle of their kitchen cabinets. We iterated different lengths of box tubing and made it so the parts fit them all. Then we put pipe foam to cover the screw heads for safety. We even decorated it with Isaac's favorite team. Then we brought the kitchen reacher to Isaac's house to test how it worked. It worked, with bonus uses too.
I can't reach the sink.
That's tool number 1, and look what's on it. Royals.
Push it back before you turn it on. Nice.
Very cool.
What do you think, Gabe?
I like that.
Make it a little easier.
Hey, I don't have to reach the whole way.
Oh, you're going to use it too, huh?
The question, Isaac, and here's the question I have for you. Can you, after you unlatch it, take off your brakes and just back up? So that you open it all and then open it all the way.
Nice.
Good enough.
Right. So one of the biggest things for Isaac is that we're constantly looking for things to make sure that he can do everything in our house on his own, especially as he gets bigger. So one of the things that we noticed upstairs is he couldn't get and reach and wash his hands and do some of those things just in the kitchen, and so that's why we're constantly looking for these kinds of things that these projects would allow him to do. So that's what we're trying to accomplish each and every day.
Get your lemonade here! Lemonade! Back now with our series, Taking Care of Business. I am here with the incredible, she's just 12 years old, Michaela Ulmer, who launched Me and the Bees Lemonade when she was 4. As you can see, business is booming, and she's sharing her secrets with kids all over the world, like the ones that are here with us in Times Square. We're going to talk in a moment, but first, Michaela's story.
Be fearless. Believe in the impossible and dream like a kid.
Michaela Ulmer is not your average 12-year-old.
Has anyone heard of the word entrepreneur before?
As CEO and founder of Me and the Bees Lemonade, Michaela travels across the world to encourage other kids to dream big.
What's going to make it unique?
At an event in Houston, Michaela teaches her eager audience about the fundamentals of Business and Finance 101.
My dreams for the company is to have a even more measurable impact on the amount of kid entrepreneurs in the United States. I want to save more bees. And then I also want to have a national lemonade enterprise.
A recent $810,000 investment from current and former NFL players is helping Michaela achieve her goal.
It was important for me to help in any way I could to aid her dream.
So here's your mint.
For Michaela, It all started 8 years ago with a lemonade stand.
I got stung by 2 bees in 1 week. I was so afraid of the bees that my parents encouraged me to do some research on them. And I found out that they're dying. So I decided to create a product that helps save the bees.
Her recipe for honeybee sweetened lemonade infused with flaxseed was a hit even in the Shark Tank,
I'm going to give you an offer.
It's a deal.
turning Michaela's one-time lemonade stand into a full-fledged business.
I didn't expect it to grow as quickly as it did and be so widely received.
It went from 1 store in 1 city to over 20 states now.
Michaela's bottled lemonade now sold in 90 Wegmans and 116 Whole Food markets. Now that's the power of believing.
My name is Emily and I invented the blackberry picker.
The river trash trap.
Storybot.
King umbrella. The A-Watch for allergies.
The backpack barricade.
Chemotherapy.
AZ design.
The string ring, and it will save your music career.
Take 1.
Kids have good inventions because their brain works different than other people.
Why kids are good inventors?
Kid inventors have a long future.
You have a lot more time in your life to keep inventing.
And they're younger.
We have a lot more ideas and energy.
They feel more zippy and bouncy and zingy.
And more commitment to this.
They probably got it from their parents.
My mom is a computer scientist. She's my main mentor.
Well, people think that just because you're a kid you can't do things and that you're not as capable as older people.
But kids can also solve problems.
Oh, don't go too far.
Hello? Can you get back?
What was the question again?
Kids have a bigger imagination, really big ideas.
They're very super duper smart.
So most educational studies show that if you want to make an impact on kids and make them really good at problem solving, you start at kindergarten.
Hi, my name is Emily. This is my invention, the blackberry picker.
We thought of this idea because my grandmother uses a cane.
One of the great things about kid inventions is they're very empathetic. They're usually inventing to solve a problem for their parents, their loved ones, their best friend. And while invention education has a little bit of a peak in the sweet spot in grades 4 through 6, we've got K through 3 and 7 through 12 represented here as well.
My grandma lived with me while she was going through chemotherapy, and while she was going through, I realized that she was losing a lot of weight and she always wanted a fudgicle to soothe her mouth.
I have food allergies myself. Nuts, eggs, seeds, fish, and a lot of other stuff. And I know firsthand how unpleasant they can be.
When I was 5 years old, I loved to play video games, but it was hurting my eyes, and so my mom wanted me to make my own instead. And so I started learning how to code, and I got really good at it.
Well, the reason I created this is I had this backpack that I loved. I'm in love with horses, so I had this horse backpack. And one day, it was like a 3-seater, so I put it under the bus seat. And what happened was when I pulled it out, it was soaking wet with soda, water, juice. I have no clue what it was. And the homework that I'd spent forever on was ruined.
Too many people in the world has to use a cane so they can walk. For an example,
6.5 million people use a cane or crutches to assist with their mobility.
I'm from California, and its environment's amazing. Tide pools, the Monterey Bay, redwoods, the mountains. We all need to respect them. If we didn't have otters, then we would have an invasion of kelp forests, and we wouldn't have kelp forests.
We wanted to invent something that will travel throughout the world and everybody can use, especially girls and boys and babies.
We used to pick blackberries by hand, but then Mommy had to climb in the bush to get the inside ones, and she get stuck in the net. And it poked me once, right here.
I came up with the idea for the string ring. I was playing the cello, my fingers are really hurting, and I really wanted to stop. And I thought, do other people have this problem? So I asked around, and it turned out a lot of the kids at my school had this problem. And some adults even quit their string instruments because of this problem. So I thought I should invent a solution.
The A-Watch will have several sensors that can detect common symptoms of an allergic reaction. It'll also have a GPS receiver because sometimes a child is scared. So they're gonna run in the closet and hide somewhere, and, well, you don't know where they are.
So you programmed the watch to know the certain kind of itching movement?
Yeah.
So we teach kids a lot of really important and great things in school today. Invention is all about taking those skills and letting them look at the world around them, find problems that are dear to them, and help them understand the process of going through and solving those problems. We've got kids that we're working with that literally we believe will be making tens of millions of dollars in profit their first years.
So, Storybot is 3D or tactile, which means touchable and feelable, so that our blind friends, know where and what the pieces are. So when this green flag is clicked, we want to start the code, and then just like we did before, move up 3 steps, and then we move left 2 steps, then we move up 3 steps again. And so now we have an if-then condition.
Okay, so it's practically a cane with a telescopic rod with an umbrella at the top. It would open by itself. It's not like pop right in their face and then they have to go to the emergency room.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No one wants that.
My blackberry picker is a 3 feet long invention. It's used to pick blackberries inside the bush and the apples high up in the tree. Doop, doop, pull, and the blackberries in. Black is kind of my color.
Hey, Soraya.
Hey, Anaya.
So what are we going to do for the invention?
I don't know.
We wanted to do a headband. It also comes off and on.
I have 3 different chemotherapy flavors: the raspberry honey chemotherapy, a peanut butter banana chemotherapy, and a maple oatmeal chemotherapy. This is the maple oatmeal popsicle, and this one I admire your courage on it.
Hardest part about inventing the string ring was probably finding the right width, cutting it to the right width and length, because it couldn't be too long, because then it would bump into 2 strings at once, but it couldn't be too short because it wouldn't wrap around my finger. It sounds the same.
My invention is a stainless steel container that sits under the bus seat in front of you and holds onto the seat an inch off the ground. There's a mesh bottom, so any liquid that gets in can drain out, but the rest of the sides are closed, so nothing can really work its way in. And basically what you do, this is just to show how it works, is you open the snap. Okay, can we? The river trash trap is a platform that looks like a boat and uses completely renewable energy to collect trash from the rivers.
The river current will spin the water wheel, then the water wheel moves the conveyor belt. Meanwhile, the river current will be pushing the trash onto the conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt will move the trash up and into the trash bin.
A lot of these products are very commercializable. Okay, they just need to be treated with the same respect you'd have if someone else that was 35 or 40 years old walked in with the same idea.
So I presented Storybot to the National Federation of the Blind, where I met Mr. President, who by the way his real name is Mr. Mark. And then I presented it and showed it to Mr. Chris and Mr. Carl, and he gave us some really good feedback, like making the magnet stronger.
It's not unusual. You'll find kids on the floor that already have provisional patents, already have filed for their full non-provisional patents, that already have business cards and logos, and they're already trying to figure out how to take their products to market.
I'm proud that I'm honoring my grandma with it, because she went through chemotherapy, and she really I think she would be really proud of me.
She was so impressed of Joseph and I that she was just she was in heaven.
Not literally.
I know, but
My advice to other young inventors is don't stop because no one's made it. That's the whole point.
I actually didn't think this was possible when I first thought of it, so I'm like, how the heck am I gonna do this?
Try, fail.
The second you stop inventing, your mind's gonna get all closed up.
You can't give up. That's the thing you really don't want to do. There are people in need and I need to help. And if I give up on the invention, I'm giving up on all those people.
My t-shirt, it says, girls can change the world. Make it more healthier. Make it more watery. Make it more brighter.
The world needs more of eco-friendly things.
Accessories.
Electronics.
Maybe even less electricity.
Love. People, in general, kind of relax. And I mean, that's a great thing, but people also need to learn to take action.
I wish adults understood us a little more.
Yeah, I agree with her because some adults don't take kids seriously when they want to do something. They're like, oh, you ain't great at it, and they just go about their business.
And they just down and make you feel like that you don't want to do the invention anymore.
It's not what other people say that really matters. It's what you think of yourself. If you think that you can't do it, then you can't. But even if an adult says you probably can't do it, but you believe in yourself, then you'll probably succeed. You just need to believe.